Let us switch gears. Question 1 starts now. Quick check. What is a common risk associated with foundation model customization? Select one answer. Review the answer choices on screen. The correct answer is option D. Overfitting is the classic fine-tuning pitfall. Overfitting occurs when the model adapts too closely to the fine-tuning dataset, reducing its generalization ability and potentially losing some of the broad knowledge from pre-training. Hey guys, ready for another round? 10 questions today on evaluation metrics, foundation model risks, and AWS AI governance. 6-second timer per question, then the answer and a short explanation. Pause anywhere you want a longer think. Good luck! Track your correct answers. You will want your score for the wrap-up. Let us switch gears. Let's work question 2. What is the purpose of AWS Trusted Advisor in AI governance? Select one answer. Review the answer choices on screen. The correct answer is option C. Trusted Advisor is your AWS governance health check. AWS Trusted Advisor provides best practice recommendations for security, performance, and cost optimization, helping maintain governance standards across AWS resources. Keep your focus here. Let's go to question 3. What does Retrieval Augmented Generation, RAG, aim to achieve in foundation models? Select one answer. Review the answer choices on screen. The correct answer is option B. RAG brings live external knowledge into model responses. RAG enhances foundation models by incorporating external knowledge bases, improving the quality and relevance of responses by combining retrieval with generation capabilities. All right, question 4. Map the qualifier to the answer. Which metric evaluates the responsiveness of a machine learning model in real-time applications? Select one answer. Review the answer choices on screen. The correct answer is option A. Responsiveness pins the answer, speed, not accuracy. Average response time directly measures how quickly a model processes requests and returns results, critical for real-time applications. CSAT measures user satisfaction, accuracy measures correctness, and memory utilization tracks resource usage rather than speed. Okay, question 5. Identify the business need first. The institution wants to deploy continuous monitoring and anomaly detection systems to identify and respond to potential security threats in AI workloads. Which foundational security capability aligns with this strategy? Select one answer. Review the answer choices on screen. The correct answer is option B. Continuous monitoring maps directly to threat detection. Threat detection enables continuous monitoring in response to security threats, helping to maintain the integrity and security of AI workloads in real time. First 5. Overfitting risk, RAG's retrieval pattern, trusted advisor governance, and reading metric wording carefully. Okay, question 6. Ignore details that do not change the decision. A media company uses a foundation model to generate article summaries from lengthy news reports. The company needs to evaluate the effectiveness of the summaries. Which metric can be used to evaluate the performance of the foundation model for text summarization? Select one answer. Review the answer choices on screen. The correct answer is option C. Precision and recall feel right, but miss summarization entirely. ROUGE-N is specifically designed for evaluating text summarization by comparing generated summaries with human references. Precision and recall measure classification performance, while balanced classification accuracy evaluates binary classifiers with imbalanced data. Let's slow down here. Knowing which metric fits which task is a real exam trap. Imagine your AI writes a 3-sentence summary of a 20-page report. How do you grade that? Precision and recall sound familiar, and that's the trap. Those metrics score a model's yes-no predictions, like detecting fraud. They say nothing about word overlap. ROUGE-N was built for this job. It counts how many words your summary shares with a human written reference. ROUGE-2, for example, checks bigram matches, pairs of consecutive words. Good news summarizers hit ROUGE-2 scores around 28%. The exam wants you to know, if the task is summarization, ROUGE-N is the tool, not a classifier metric. Here we go, question 7. Parse the sentence before the options. A marketplace company has implemented an AI model to categorize products based on images uploaded by vendors. The company must determine how well the model correctly classifies the product categories. What is the most appropriate metric to assess the effectiveness of the image classification model? Select one answer. Review the answer choices on screen. The correct answer is option A. RMSE reveals regression. Use that wording clue first. Accuracy is most appropriate as it measures the overall proportion of correct classifications across all categories. Recall only measures true positive rate for one class. Precision focuses on positive prediction correctness, and RMSE is for regression, not classification tasks. Next up, careful on question 8. This one has a trap. An AI engineer evaluates the cost implications of using Amazon Bedrock to perform inferences with an LLM. The engineer must determine the primary cost driver for inference operations. Which factor directly influences the cost of inference when using Amazon Bedrock? Select one answer. Review the answer choices on screen. The correct answer is option A. Bedrock bills per token processed, nothing else at inference. The number of tokens processed during inference directly impacts cost in Amazon Bedrock since pricing is based on token volume. Model complexity, batch size, and epochs affect training, but not inference costs. Next up, question 9. Look for the constraint that matters. A company, Credit Score AI, notices their new automated loan approval model disproportionately denies qualified applicants from a specific demographic group, despite using seemingly neutral input features. This systematic unfairness might stem from what type of bias within the model's decision-making process. Select one answer. Review the answer choices on screen. The correct answer is option D. Sampling bias and algorithmic bias are not the same thing. Algorithmic bias refers to systematic and repeatable errors in a computer system that create unfair outcomes, such as privileging one arbitrary group of users over others. Even with neutral features, the way the algorithm learns patterns can perpetuate or amplify existing societal biases. This one trips people up. All 4 options sound like they could cause discrimination. Imagine your loan model never once sees the word race, but zip code, spending habits, and the device you apply from can all correlate with demographics. The model picks up those patterns and amplifies them. That's not a sampling problem. Your training data might represent the population just fine. It's not a measurement problem either. The algorithm itself is what learns to use neutral-looking features as stand-ins for race or gender. With the same income and debt, zip code alone can flip a loan approval to a denial. That's algorithmic bias. The math creates the unfairness. Even when no one programmed it to discriminate. Now, question 10. Several choices sound plausible. What are 2 key features of Amazon SageMaker JumpStart? Select 2 answers. Review the answer choices on screen. The correct answers are option A and option D. 2 answers are right. Eliminate the 3 plausible distractors. Amazon SageMaker JumpStart allows users to evaluate and select foundation models based on predefined metrics and provides customizable pre-trained models that can be adapted with your own data for specific use cases. Let's slow down here. JumpStart has 2 specific features the exam loves to test. Picture a model shopping mall where you can test drive every option before committing. JumpStart is that mall. Browse hundreds of foundation models. Run a built-in evaluation on metrics like accuracy, toxicity, and factual knowledge. Pick the winner, then fine-tune it with your own data. Here is the key part. Your training data never trains the original base model. It stays in your AWS account. 2 distractors try to trip you. The no-code visual builder is SageMaker Canvas, not JumpStart. And JumpStart does support proprietary models, not just public ones. Know JumpStart for 2 things. Evaluate, then customize. 3 takeaways from this session. First, ROUGE-N is the designated evaluation metric for text summarization. Precision and recall are not. Second, algorithmic bias can produce unfair demographic outcomes even when input features appear neutral. Third, Amazon Bedrock inference costs track token volume, not model complexity, epochs, or batch size. Knowing a metric name is not enough. You need to know why it beats the alternatives. ROUGE-N over recall, accuracy over RMSE, tokens over epochs. That precision is exactly what the AIF-C01 exam tests. Before you head out, subscribe if you want the next set automatically. It also helps the algorithm share these. Comment how you did and which question to cover more. Got a certification you're after? Drop it in the comments. And if anything about the pacing or visuals could be better, I read all of it and genuinely use it.